Hello everyone and welcome back to the hub build. Here is what we built last time, all decorated and outfitted with turrets and things like that. So yeah. Now I put some lights and stuff on it, wired it up. Some guard posts in here. Turrets and stuff like that.
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
So I like it. It's different. Definitely never made a guard tower like this before, so I like it. Now, I also back here, I decided that back here I wasn't going to put like really fancy ones. I did put another simple guard post here. Just very simple, you know, a couple turrets, and I figured it was good enough. I wanted the really fancy one to be at the entrance to the settlement. And I was going to put one on this corner too, but I haven't done it yet. I'm just going to put it right here where this foundation is. I just haven't got around to actually doing it. But today, I'm going to make a little row of cabins for people to live in. I'm going to make it right here in this area. Right here. Now, if you watched the first episode of my Fallout 4 Chapter 2, you will see the finished version of this cabin and everything else, too, that we built in the last few episodes. So go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below if you would like to check out the tour of those finished builds. So I got to fiddle around here a bit to get the foundation straight and the right height, which took me a lot longer than you are going to see. I cut out a lot of fumbling about because, ugh. Anyways. I do have a few Q&A questions, so I can answer those while you guys watch me build stuff. The first question is, do you have any plans to bring back Daring Chef? I get this one a lot from one person, one uber fan of the Daring Chef. Anyways, yes, I always intended to bring back the Daring Chef. I wanted to do the Far Harbor foods and the Nuka World foods. I just haven't had the time. That is the reason I haven't done it. It's been on my calendar. It's like every week I put it on my calendar to do, and then something happens, I can't do it. So then I put it on the calendar for the following week and so on. I don't have the time to devote full time to the channel yet. Or anymore. I used to when my husband was working, but ever since he hasn't been working, I just haven't had the time to do as much as I used to. Because I'm also trying to help pay the bills. And so my channel's not helping just a whole lot, so I have to do other stuff. I know I talked about this before. But it's still true. Patreon is helping a little bit, but it hasn't gotten nearly close enough to the place I need it for me to be able to have the time I need to do the channel full time. So, you know, for now, I can't promise when it will be. I still want to do it, because I really liked doing the Daring Chef. Those were fun. They were time-consuming, really time-consuming. That's why it would take me maybe 2 weeks to make just one of those episodes. So it was really time-consuming to make them. And yeah, I just don't have the time. Right now, it's like I either do builds or I do other stuff like the Daring Chef. I don't have time to do both. So it's like builds are a little easier to do, so I tend to do those more often than anything else, besides Let's Plays. So there, anyway. I'm sorry it's starting to get dark here in my video. I remedy that very soon. Okay, so now I decided that I'm going to make each... So this is going to be a row of cabins. I made a similar building in my Nordhagen Beach build. This one will be slightly different, but very, very similar. There's basically going to be 4 long, skinny rooms or buildings or whatever that are all touching each other. And each one, I decided in this build that I would make each one a different color. I'll just make it a little bit more whimsical, I guess, or something like that. A little bit different. So, since I have the USO mod, and it adds the different colors of the barn pieces, I'm going to use a different color for each section. Now, I didn't do that in my first build at Nordhagen. Anyway. I know this tractor's in the way, but I didn't really want to move it. I do move it later. I move it around to the side, sort of as a decoration. I wanted to keep it as a decoration, that's why I didn't scrap it. But I didn't know where I wanted it at the time I built this building, so... And of course, you know, change your mind partway through. I like the bigger window better, so bigger window it is. Anyways, the next question is, what do you think of the content creator announcement, and will you be joining to sell some of your building designs? Now, I'm sure you've all heard of it. The Creation Club, it's actually called, that was announced at E3 last month, and there was a huge to-do about that. Paid mods and all that controversy there. I was going to do a video on what I thought about that, and I just, of course, didn't have time. If you still want me to, I'm curious. If anybody wants to really know what I think about the Creation Club, I would be willing to make a video about it, about my opinion on that, if everybody's interested. Otherwise, I'm not gonna. But no, I'm not going to join and sell my building designs on there. For one thing, well, it's not just like a club you join and then you get to upload the things you make and sell them. That's not what it is. It's a thing where you have to present a written proposal for content, okay? And it has to be original, never before made content. And then it has to go through an approval process. They review it, they look at it. If they like it, and that's the thing, if they like it and approve it, then they buy it from you, okay? They pay you for the concept. And then you work with them to develop it, okay? That's how it works. And it's not just a simple fact of uploading your mod and getting money for it. That's not what it is. Now, I'm just going to pause right here just for a moment to show you guys, to talk about what I'm building. I'm putting on individual roofs for each section, like I did at Nordhagen. Only, of course, they are going to be the same color as their building. The main, same color as their section. So, the red roof on the red one, the green roof on the green one, etc. Anyway, so back to the question. I don't have the time to do something like that. I have no interest whatsoever in working with Bethesda like that to get my creations, my buildings, basically, curated on the Creation Club. So, yeah, no, the answer is no, I won't be doing it. Now, if you want to know my actual opinion on the Creation Club, I can make a video where I talk about that specifically, but it's out of the scope of this video. I don't want to get into it in this video. So leave me a comment down below if you actually want me to make a video like that. I know it's a little late. It's like a month ago. Everyone else has already made theirs, but I can still make one. I'm sure it's not the last we'll hear about the Creation Club. Okay, so I wanted to put a slanted roof up there, but it won't snap on, and you actually can't get the slanted roof to snap onto anything up there like you could a straight roof. The slanted roofs don't snap to like floor pieces, ceiling pieces, like the straight roofs do. So you have to do it with a stair and do it all together at one time so you can get it as straight as possible. It's actually easier to line it up if there's more of them, rather than lining one up and then just snapping the others on afterwards. It's actually easier to line the entire thing because you have more horizontal space to use as a ruler, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get the corners lined up right first, and then I'm going to just push it in until there's just a little bit showing, and then if you could pull it forward and backward and have the entire length of it go in and out at the exact same time, that means it's straight. And once you get that accomplished, you pull it all the way back out until it turns green, and then voila, it's lined up. And it will be lined up perfect if you do it that way. So like that. I want to have a little covered porch on the front of these, which is what I didn't do that on my version that's at Nordhagen. It didn't have a covered porch, so yeah. So then I'm gonna put down a floor for the porch. Okay, so the next question on the list is let me see. Sorry. Well, actually, first I want to lower the porch a little bit because I think it was up too high. It was higher than the length of a small stair, and I didn't want it to be higher than that because I didn't want to use ladders to get up to the porch. I wanted to use the little steps, but it was higher than the height of the little step. So I'm lowering it, and then I'll put a step up to the door. So the next question is, would you make a Fallout blooper or highlight videos from your Let's Play series? That would be fun to watch. Not necessarily fun to make. I did do that Shane death compilation. Now, I have to say, I would not have done that video if one of my subscribers had not collected all the footage for me, okay? He graciously spent his free time going through every single one of the 97 episodes of my Fallout 4 Let's Play and found every single instance in which Shane was killed, and he wrote them down. He wrote the time indexes down for me, and I went there then later after he sent me the list, and I went to each video and went straight to the time index and copied off, edited them into a compilation. Okay, so that was easy for me to do. I don't have the time personally to do what that guy did, to go through all the videos and to find a bloopers, like all the funny parts or something like that, would be just as hard, if not harder. Because it's easy to fast forward through a video until you see the character die, because then you don't have to actually watch them all in real time. You just fast forward through them and find all the, you know, the death parts. Okay, so now here, I tried using regular posts, like the wood post, to support the roof of the porch, but they wouldn't go in because just the way it was made. They would not go in no matter what. I tried concrete, I tried metal, I tried wood, I tried glitching them in, I tried whatever. So I decided to make my own wood posts out of fence posts. Now, you probably, if you watched my Brotherhood of Steel base build, you would have seen me do this in that build. So you basically just use 2 of the fence posts and you glitch them into each other to make one long post. And it's not... Sometimes it's really easy, and sometimes it's not. It's sort of hit and miss. Sometimes you have to redo it over and over, and sometimes you get it right the first time. So if you try it and it doesn't work for you, even the first, the second, third time, just keep trying it. It'll work eventually. It's hard to line them up just right so that they look good. So that they look like one post instead of 2 that are attached to each other. So it does take a little bit of patience to do it. Anyway. Now I tried glitching the barn posts, the wood posts, in just this way. But they wouldn't go in. They kept turning red, so I couldn't get them in. And I know somebody's gonna, in the comments, say, why don't you just use the Place Anywhere mod? I don't want to. Simple as that. I don't like it. I don't want to use it. I don't mind using the pillar. I prefer the pillar. I've been using it for so long. It's like second nature for me to use it. And I know the Place Anywhere mod is like the pillar glitch. But whatever. You guys use it if you want. Go ahead. Anyways. So I'm showing you this part. I'm not going to show you me doing every single one of them. I just want to show you how hard it can be to get it right. Okay, the first one went in pretty good. The first one, I did it without much trouble. Now, the reason why this one isn't working is because my concrete pillar is too high up and it keeps going out of the frame, which makes it turn red. So to lower it so that it wouldn't do that anymore. And you want to orient it so it's as much in the middle of your screen as you can get it. And so that you're as close to it as you can get before it turns red, so that you can see what you're doing. Now that one, see how it doesn't match up? They're not perfectly flush with each other. So I have to take it down and do it over. And you might have to do this 2 or 3 times before you actually get it right. And then on other ones, you only have to do it once. You get it perfect the first time. So it can be frustrating that way. It definitely helps to do it in good lighting. It's starting to get dark. The sun's going down, so it's casting a shadow. So it's hard for me to see what I'm doing. Which is one of the reasons why it is not working very good. Anyway, see, again, I didn't get it. They're not lined up just right. So I'm not going to show you my trial and error, because I think I did it 2 more times before I finally caught it. Excuse me. Anyways, so what I was saying about the possible blooper reel or highlight video. Yeah, I would love to make something like that if I already had all the footage collected for me. I do not have time to watch every single episode to find that stuff. So like what I was saying is that it's easy to fast forward through a video and find a death scene. You know, a kill cam. Because it's different from any of the other footage that you got of your Let's Play, right? The kill cam is very recognizable even when you're fast forwarding something. But a funny moment could look like anything. You might not know. They're not recognizable enough. And they're all different. You know, they might be something I said. which you can't hear if you're fast forwarding, or it might be something that happened really fast and you might miss it if you're fast forwarding through it. So you would have to watch every single episode in real time, and that would take, well, 97 hours. If each episode is about an hour long, it would take you 97 hours to do that. So if you want to do that, if you have no life whatsoever, or whatever, you're on vacation, you have anything else to do, go ahead and do it. Feel free to go through all of my episodes, find everything that you think is funny, write down the time indexes, and then send it to me, and I will make a video about it. Okay? I promise you, I will do it. I am kind of joking, you guys, but I'm definitely not going to stop you if you actually do it, okay? Anyway, there we go. I got all the posts in, and I'm going to put little steps. See, the single stair now is just one step. It just lets the settlers get up better and not trip. Just putting them all the way around, because if you don't, then they'll probably try to walk up the end without a stair, and of course they'll get stuck. So... And now I'm going to do doors. I think that's what I'm going to do next, is doors, yeah. And of course I got to do different colored doors for each building. So, you know, put a white door on the white building, and then a green door on the green one. And a red door on the red one. Now this side is unpainted, or at least that's what it's called. It's called unpainted, even though it's got white paint on it. It doesn't have as much white paint, so at first I wasn't sure what color I should use, because the brown didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. And I didn't want to put just a regular, another just white door on the end. Just two white doors on each end, a white door on each end, and two colored ones in the middle. So I decided to use a blue door, even though it's not a blue wall. At least it's a different color, and it actually looked pretty good. I think it looks pretty good like that, blue. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I know it's a quick build, and sorry it's such a quick one. This is the last build that I have for the hub for now. And I don't know if there's going to be more after this, but there might be. I'm not calling the hub finished yet. It all depends on what Shane's doing on the Let's Play and stuff like that. So, this is the last build for the hub for now. And if you want to see the decorated version of this build right now, I will leave a link in the description below to just watch the beginning of the first episode of my Fallout 4 Let's Play Chapter 2, and I'll show a little tour of the last few buildings that we built, all decorated and stuff. So, and of course you can watch the whole video if you haven't seen it yet. Anyway, you guys, that is all for now, and I hope I will be getting back to my Underground Railroad base next Monday, I'm hoping, if time permits me, okay? So, let me know in the comments what you thought of this build, and thank you all to you guys who left me Q&A questions. These fine people right here, you guys are awesome. Thank you. And thank you all to my patrons for supporting me on Patreon, and if you would like to support me on Patreon, please follow the link in the description below. And anyway, I think that's it, guys. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook for news and updates about me and my channel and other gaming stuff. And I'll be doing a channel update soon, so I got some big news to share, so look forward to that. Anyways, you guys, remember, as always, play safe, play nice, and have fun. Bye.